Last year, one of my fellow creators made an excellent video about Napoleon's height, essentially pointing out that even though there's an entire syndrome named after him regarding short men, he wasn't actually short. I left a comment on that video in which I said we will never actually know Napoleon's true height because P.T. Barnum purchased his skin and had it intentionally shrunk in the wash before putting it on display. Several people, including the original creator, replied quite concerned and wanting to make sure people knew this wasn't true. And I do apologize to that creator, but it was a joke based on what P.T. Barnum actually did with the skin of Jumbo the elephant. Jumbo the elephant was not named Jumbo because he was large. The word Jumbo means large because it was his name. Jumbo was born in the wild of Sudan around Christmas of 1860 and was taken as an orphan by German elephant hunters. The young African bush elephant passed through several brokers before finally ending up at the London Zoo, which is where Jumbo began to gain his fame, giving highly publicized rides to the likes of Queen Victoria herself. When it eventually became known that the superintendent of the London Zoo had arranged to sell Jumbo to P.T. Barnum, it caused a public outcry with some 100,000 schoolchildren writing letters to the Queen begging her to intercede. The zoo did attempt to renege on the deal, but the superintendent had made the deal because he was concerned about Jumbo's increasingly violent behavior in captivity, and P.T. Barnum forced the sale through the British courts. Showing the elephant in Madison Square Garden, P.T. Barnum recouped the cost of the elephant within 3 weeks of ticket sales. Jumbo was 10 feet 7 inches tall, but P.T. Barnum advertised him as 13 feet, and visitors could have themselves photographed standing next to the elephant with a giant yardstick proving its height, but the showman was said to have used a gimmick yardstick that only showed 10 inches per foot. On September 15, 1885, Jumbo was killed by a locomotive in a rail yard accident, allegedly while being loaded into his boxcar. The death is fairly suspicious, and it's not unreasonable to assume that Barnum had him killed because he'd already made his money and the elephant was proving fractious. Regardless, once Jumbo had passed, P.T. Barnum had him stuffed, but not before having his hide stretched so that, even in death, he would appear larger than life.